Yeah, I know what type of time I'm on when I step in the scene, man. Had them bottles ready, had them sparkles ready. It's gonna be a good night. Last time around, it was different. Somebody tell them pay attention, nigga.
Yeah. Well, this is brand new episode of Another City Opinion Podcast. It's your boy John, my co-host Bree, and my guy Dev in the back. But slow week. There ain't really much. There's stuff to talk about, but it was a slow week. No, not that much exciting stuff. As previous episodes, we had some exciting topics, even though some topics may raise some type of excitement for our viewers, but it wasn't that much exciting news out this week. Well, we're gonna start with the headline of our pod, and shit. At this point, he's been mentioned and talked about a good portion of these episodes, but my guy, yeah, apparently him and Adidas has came back to an agreement to sell whatever they have left of his Yeezy merch, sneakers, apparel, whatever they have left in inventory, and they plan to sell the rest of it. And I believe after that, I think they're gonna go their separate ways. But we did talk about how Adidas took a hit because Adidas took the $1.3 billion loss, and I guess now they're trying to find a way to create traction. Yeah, guys, people that rock with yeah. People wasn't for that, man.
I don't know if people are gonna buy them.
I think so. If he's involved back again, they'll buy him.
It depends on how they sell it. Like if Ye comes and say, "Hey, this is the end," like this is the goodbye. So this is what we got. Like they say it's shit in inventory, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some. When they say shit in inventory, that means some designs that they ain't, they didn't put out yet. So if Ye come out and say, "Hey, this Adidas shit is over. Here's the final, like this the finale." Motherfuckers gonna go cop that shit.
Oh yeah, it was like a farewell tour, like his farewell tour for Adidas. Oh my god.
Yeah, that shit gonna go crazy. People gonna lose their mind. Them gonna be the shit that get you knocked out for. Like niggas ain't really knocking people out for shoes no more. But if they do a Adidas farewell, like an official farewell tour, them shit's gonna be getting people knocked upside their head. So Adidas had they talked all that shit. They made their stance, and they didn't understand how powerful Ye as a influencer is in this world currently. They underestimated it, and now they gotta.
So my question to you guys is, because you buy more sneakers and you know the brands better, right? So my question to you, Devin, in the back, and Johnny is, once they sell out their shoes, do you think that Adidas is going to be done for? That means it's not coming back out? Is Adidas going to be like irrelevant like it was prior to Ye?
I mean, Adidas is a $1 billion company, so Adidas I don't see it can ever be irrelevant. Ye brought a new spark to it and definitely brought a new demographic. But Adidas is a $1 billion company. They sell billions of shoes. They have athletes. They got a bunch of shit going on. Adidas make money in billions of ways. So I just think Ye brought a certain allure that's definitely going to change. Adidas going to go back to because Adidas been known more for like they big thing is sports and like hip hop. They always been synonymous with music,
right,
and selling that. And I think they're gonna try and go back to that, like pushing that look in regards to Adidas is hip hop, Adidas is music, and focusing on sports. And they still gonna get their bag. Like they a $1 billion company before Ye. They've been a $1 billion company that's been doing this shit for decades. Like since
they've been doing it for years.
So yes, Ye brought a certain allure. And they gonna miss that allure because you do have a lot of niggas that's hype beasts that only follow celebrities and shit and only do things because the celebrity told them to do so. It's definitely the allure that they have right now is definitely going to change. But in regards to them closing or like the building catching on fire because he ain't leaving, I don't think that's going to happen to that extent. But they definitely going to miss the allure and the influence of Ye.
What do you think, Johnny?
I think depending on how they dump off the last of the last, they might dial him up again and try to work out another agreement for future sales, because the Yeezy sneaker literally passed Jordan. Jordan has been number one forever, and the Yeezy shoe passed Jordan. You know how crazy that is?
That's psychotic.
So I'm thinking, depending on how this last bit of sale goes, if they sell it, and because they said they value it at $500 million, what they got left to get rid of is viral that $500 million. They get rid of that in like a timely fashion, like Ye does like some type of promo, like I'm back with Adidas briefly, trying to get these last piece of items off or whatnot. And depending how fast it goes, like once they show that he's a part of it and that shit goes, they might, give him a phone call, try to work out another deal with him. And depending, is either they go that route or it's just like they just want to get that $500 million.
I'm saying, the question is, do you think once they sell out of the Yeezys, do you think they are going to go bankrupt, or you think they?
Oh no, they'll be fine because at the end of the day, Adidas has been around for a long time. There's still athletes that wear Adidas. You know what I'm trying to say? They have athletes that's contracted. It may not be as big as Jay, but those athletes still bring in somewhat of a percentage into what they sell. So it's like whoever I don't know what sport Adidas got right now that's the more apparent one. Because I think Puma's bigger in soccer. Adidas used to be partnered with NBA. It's Nike now. I don't know. They still been around no matter what, but they still have like athletes. They're still big time athletes that still hold or still have contracts with Adidas. So I don't think Adidas they suffered a setback, but I don't think it's gonna destroy them because they still have their merchandise players that could be seen on at the games that they play. So you're still gonna see baseball players wearing Adidas, football players, basketball players, because that's who they still shine. But it's just in stardom, Yeezy's just above them all. But either way, like Dev said, Adidas is a billion-dollar company before Ye, and then they added Ye, and they just increased their success. They took what he had, and they extended their success. Because positive or negative, Ye is gonna bring a lot of traction to whatever he's dealing with. So that'll be Adidas or any of these other companies that Ye deals with. There's still gonna be some type of traction, positive or negative. And he is probably the most polarizing person or one of on the planet currently. It's like Ye is the story. Right. No matter where he goes, he is the story.
Yeah, and Adidas' biggest athlete is the two biggest athletes is Lionel Messi, whatever his name is.
Oh, they got Messi. Oh, that's big. That's big.
The biggest athletes in the world, and then they got a lot of ties into professional soccer. So and they're representing a lot. They do the jerseys for a lot of when it comes to the World Cups and stuff like that.
The only reason I asked you guys that is because I think it's sense of desperation that they are asking to do this last collaboration with Ye, especially on their stance on how Ye was, towards the Jewish people and the statements that he made. They were very on stance with not working with Ye. But with that being said, now that we know they've lost that amount of money, right, in the billions that they lost, now it seems like they backtracking to make sure that they get these Yeezy sold so that they can make revenue. So that's why I asked you guys, do you think that them going back to do this collab with Ye, the last collab, is it because you think they're going to go bankrupt, or are they not making their quotas, they're not making their ends meet to stay relevant?
No, that's again, yes, they are billion-dollar company. They make billions of dollars a year. Ye is about 10%, I think, less than what their yearly revenue is, and his billion that he bring in is still like less than 10% of their gross per year. Now, Ye influence though is much bigger, like, because you talk about quality and quantity. Adidas got their hands tied in a lot of things, so they make a lot of money because they got their sponsorships is tied into a lot of places. But I don't think anybody's influence, again, the Yeezy jumped over the Jumpman, like Michael Jordan, Nike, Team Jordan, that brand has been the heir apparent when it comes to sneaker brands. And Ye in such a short time has rivaled something that's synonymous in hip hop culture. So that influence, you can't deny it. And so Adidas trying to be like everybody else, where everybody want to be on the right side and everybody got to make a stance. And so they got to make a hard stance, because you can say, I don't agree with somebody and still do business with them. You can still say, I don't stand by that statement. Or that act, but me and this person have a conversation, and then, there's still a space to do business. And a lot of times I think where Adidas messed up on is they thought, because we are Adidas and these are our designs, that yes, Ye got a big influence, but they were cocky. They underestimated the true influence of what Ye brought to their brand, like how he made.
They definitely underestimated it.
So they underestimated it, and now they sitting on this fucking large ass inventory of shit that they can't get rid of. So they like, okay, we gonna bite the bullet. We gonna swallow our tongue for a moment, play tongue in cheek with Ye, and then maybe if they able to sell it, they might be able to come back and give it time. And once the people start saying like it's okay, then they might be like, hey, enough time went past where we can set up a new deal. Or they like, hey, let's finish this off and we be done. We go out separate way. Because if I was Ye, I wouldn't come back unless they talking ownership equity. Like, I need some of that now, because if y'all want me to come back after the stance y'all made, how y'all threw me out there, I want ownership. Fuck a sponsorship. I want ownership. But of course, these brands ain't gonna do shit like that. But it just shows the influence of Ye. Adidas, they a business, so they want to make money and shit. They say it's worth 500 mil, but they fucking in charge of the resale market too. So they really gonna make a couple B's off this shit. They ain't dumb. Like, business is business, and that's what it is.
No, definitely. I feel like they anticipate, even though that companies suffer losses, I don't think they anticipate losing $1 billion. So losing $1 billion makes people, like really damn, like, oh shit, we lost $1 billion. Even though some companies could afford that, losing $1 billion is still a tough loss. So they probably seen that they lost $1 billion. It's like, all right, we got some correct this, and they went tapped back in with Ye.
Shout out to Ye, man.
You see how I asked that question that started the whole topic?
Shout out to Ye.
But
I mean, you didn't start a topic, you started a conversation, but
we're gonna keep it with the rock, and We getting more Riri, Bree. More Riri for you. More Riri. Riri is set to perform at the Oscars, but she'll be performing her song for Black Panther, the soundtrack. Her lead song for the Black Panther soundtrack. Lift me up. Lift me up.
Yeah. So my only
Okay.
I know you're gonna start. I'm sorry, start talking. I'm not
No,
stupid.
go ahead.
I've been with you for 14 years. I already know who you are as a person.
Go ahead. You got it.
Here's the thing. They should pay me to know my husband because I know him like the back of my hand. The only thing I have concern about is she's doing all these promotions. I mean, like all these shows, all these concerts, all these performances, and it's cool. But we forget Ree has not let out a single. She has not let out an album. She has not. And now we find out she's pregnant for the second time. Like, I feel like this is just a tease from her, and I don't think it's cool. I think either, no, for on some real shit, unless you're going to come out with some shit and you doing all these promotions and all these performances, cool. Because then we are at least expecting new music and expecting new shit. We shouldn't.
That's usually the formula. Like you do all this, you go on tour, or you drop new music. That's part of like the formula.
Magazines and shit.
Like, right. She's doing Vanity Fair. Yeah. She's doing all this shit, and I love it. But yet we don't have an album. Right. We don't have an album. We don't. I can't even say any of her like Fenty products. New products is coming out. None of the new Savages. Lingerie is coming out, nothing. And so it's like, dude, I feel like it's just too much. You doing this and there's nothing behind it, and it's irritating to people. We love to see Ree perform, but we don't want to keep seeing old shit either. Like something new has to come. And because we know she's pregnant, and because we know she already has a baby, still an infant at home, we're not gonna get anything new from Ree for a while. So I think she should.
You gotta take them 2 songs you got from the soundtrack. She gave us 2 songs.
You gotta hold them shits.
With that being said, I think she should just put it off and wait to start performing again, and hold out until she's gonna bring new music and new stuff.
No, I get exactly what you said. Again, she's doing all this. She's doing a press run. It seems right. Go from Super Bowl, magazine, editorial, doing interviews, you being seen again, like you disappeared for a while.
Right.
And now you back. We know you pregnant. And it's like now you're doing performances and shit. Usually when somebody disappears, come back doing a press run, the drop about to happen. Right. You already know, like, oh shit, she or he about to drop. They everywhere now. You see them popping up everywhere.
Right.
And only thing that's about to pop is that fucking baby, because she gonna have that baby and dip again.
Right.
And then so I get what you're saying. It's like, yeah, you came back outside, but then you ain't do shit. Like,
right. It gets irritating, especially since people been asking her for music.
Well, y'all looking at it the wrong way. We looking at the music. Maybe she got a new thing coming for Fenty, and that's what she's gonna work on. This is what build up to that.
The maternity line for Fenty?
That's possible. You never know. That's probably
I'm not disagreeing with you, John, but like I said, nothing.
No. I'm not disagreeing with you either, because usually this is the formula. Like what she's doing is usually what people do before they drop an album or something's about to come out.
Right. When she usually drops Fenty or she drops Savage or
she be outside.
Right. No, not even that. She don't do press runs or tours. The shit sells out by itself. You go to Sephora, you just see new product by Rihanna, Fenty. Everybody's now, you see it on the internet, it's going crazy because she has that kind of effect when it comes to Fenty and Savage. There's been a lot of times she doesn't do press runs or tours for Fenty products, and then you go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, you go on Facebook, and all you see is new shit from Fenty, and it's selling out by the moment, and you don't hear nothing from Rihanna. You know what I'm saying to you? So I don't think it has anything to do with Fenty or Savage. I think I felt like she didn't know she was pregnant, and so she already had made these arrangements and whatever it was, but now that she knows she's pregnant, now we're gonna have to hold out. And then that means she should have hold out. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Because
But
I feel like
I'm just saying, be on the lookout. You never know what like.
right. Because there was a
This is
moment
the
when she said
formula.
she didn't know she was pregnant. She said she didn't know she was pregnant when she took those Vanity Fair pictures. She didn't know that both of her babies were in that picture. I think she took these gigs thinking like, I'm gonna do this press tour. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have new music out, and then boom, she came out pregnant again.
I think this last one she knew she was pregnant. Maybe the other two, maybe she didn't. But this last one, her agreeing to the Oscar, I think she knew she was pregnant.
What you talking about other two?
The Super Bowl, halftime show.
I don't think she was. I don't think she knew she was pregnant when she took on the Super Bowl, John.
She agreed to do it what, like a month and a half ago?
No, it's been long, John. It's been longer than a month and a half. We've known about her performing at the Super Bowl since like last year. Did we not?
I don't know.
I'm about to Google it.
A month and a half though. Usually the Super Bowl is planned out far in advance. So it might have been announced closer to the Super Bowl. But
I think it was announced like around Christmas, before Christmas.
Let's Google while y'all continue to talk.
Because I just feel like when she knew about the Super Bowl, that she was performing at the Super Bowl, she did not know she was pregnant. And when she took the Super Bowl again, it was already too late to tell.
Oh yeah, now you got it. She agreed in November. She agreed in November.
We had talked about it on air. So the minute that we found out, and I'm like, and we had talked about that, and we had talked about, what we expect and if it's gonna be good and all this other shit. My whole thing is, I don't think she knew she was pregnant.
She probably didn't know she was pregnant. That's what I said. For the Super Bowl and in the photo shoot, she probably didn't know she was pregnant. But for the Oscars, I feel like she knew she was pregnant.
But at this point, why would she deny performing at the Oscars? Nobody gonna deny performing at the Oscars, because "Lift Me Up" was still a big song. That shit.
Black Panther came out in November.
That's what I'm saying. "Lift Me Up" is a big song. She ain't gonna deny performing it. I would be mad at her for denying to perform at the Oscars.
No, what I'm saying, Bree, is be on the lookout. You're anticipating because she's pregnant. You're assuming nothing's gonna come of this. So I'm just saying, be on the lookout. You never know, something might be coming.
Hearing how she talks and how motherhood right now is her main priority, I just don't see her releasing an album or a single. I just don't see it, because I think when she knows when she releases that, it's gonna come with some work, and she can't right now afford to do the work. And am I wrong? Do you see her coming out with a single or an album in the next few months?
Oh no, I mean Rihanna, she could put out music. She's strong enough. Her hive or her army or navy, whatever the hell they call. She's just one of those people. Even if she could drop a project and disappear. She's that strong of an artist. She has that strong of a following. Whereas we know she's pregnant already, and so we will give her benefit of the doubt because she's pregnant, especially if the shit is fire. Motherfuckers, dad, if she dropped a EP or drop anything right now, and she just said, "Look, I'm gonna give y'all this to hold y'all over," and that shit be fired, motherfuckers gonna be foaming at the mouth and waiting for her to drop that other baby so she can give a full-blown world tour. She's one of those artists.
So, some interesting stuff.
I don't know. She's doing everything that an artist would do that's dropping music. Her actions is as if she's about to drop music. We will see. We know she's pregnant, so it's like she pregnant though. But she's doing everything an artist that's about to drop something would do. Trying to figure this out, trying to decipher what she's doing. We gotta wait to see. She be pregnant on how a world tour. She pregnant and shit. Dropped the baby in in fucking Europe somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, got that power.
Man, but like I said, just be on the lookout. You never know. Something might be on its way. Something may be on its way. Something may be brewing.
Whatever.
But we are going to take it to Chicago.
Shot
R.
Tone?
Kelly, man, he's already doing like 30, 40 years, but in
Yeah.
Chicago court, he was sentenced to another 20 years.
Yeah, Kels, it's over for Kels, man.
Yeah, he's never coming out.
He ain't never coming home, boy.
But yeah,
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna say unfortunately. The nigga did what he did. He a creep. So
he was a talent, but you know, there's
definitely
some.
talented, but again, he a weirdo, and so he got to deal with what he deal with. But also, every time we talk Kels, I would say the same thing I always say. His time needs to be split. The motherfucking creepy ass parents, because they just as much as freaky motherfuckers as him. But yes, he deserved to get what he getting. Only thing is, the other people that's a part of it, they not receiving what they should be getting, and that's the crime in this whole situation right now. Because it definitely should be other motherfuckers in there with him. That's just my opinion, though.
Man, shit, he's goddamn, yeah. Very, very talented man, but you know, he engaged in some, you know, some activity where there should be, you know, blame could be shifted to others, but even with that, he still did some shit that's
Yeah, it don't change that he's a weirdo. And
yeah,
again,
it doesn't change that, you know, he still did what he did.
I don't take that away. I don't give him any slack for being a weirdo because he's a weirdo.
Right.
And that ain't gonna change.
Right.
All I'm saying is when we have crimes and shit, they got this RICO law where motherfuckers, niggas go to jail for conspiracy to some shit. And RICO usually take a few motherfuckers. They need to start doing RICO type fucking law for these sexual predators and the people that help them with these fucking sex rings or whatever you want to call it. It's a lot more people involved in this shit for it to happen. Kills is again the main predator, of course, but there's a lot of entities, people that played and built this system that allow him to do what he was able to do for so long, and all of them should come to justice.
No, I feel you. There's definitely other parts that should definitely be in a cell with him, but damn.
I just feel like at this point, we should just stop giving him 30, 30, 30 and just say life at this point. Because it just doesn't make sense to me. Why we just gonna keep breaking it up? It adds up to life. And let him do that shit in one place. Like they doing 30 years in Chicago, 30 years here, 30. Let him do that shit in one place and just let's give him life. Because y'all gonna find him guilty anyways.
I think the crazy thing is with people, it's just like everybody say damn, but it's like low key, Kels is really like the greatest R&B singer. Like he's in that conversation, and it's such a hot topic to talk about because it's like, damn, he's so fucking talented. He's done so fucking much, but man, that nigga's weird. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just the talent aspect of it. Like this is homie that's I Believe I Could Fly, and all his great music. So it's like
greatest hero, like,
and then it's just like, damn, like he really graced us with some great music. You know, it's not like one of these lower tier artists where they might have one or two hits and he's like, you can forget about them. These records is like, damn.
Right.
Some monumental records. I'm still not. Again, I'm not giving him slack or whatnot, but it's just like.
Again, you understand you're a witness of his effect as an artist. We're not talking about him as the man, him as the artist. Step in the Name of Love, how big that shit was. Trapped in the Closet had everybody fucking stuck to the radio.
Yeah, Trapped in the Closet was a very entertaining set of records. Even though I felt like he overdid it after a while, but it was a very entertaining record.
I hated Trapped in the Closet. Trapped in the Closet was Tyler Perry musically. Like,
yo, how many parts was it? I felt like he went like
it's like 50.
I don't know. It was 32. 32 Trapped in the Closet.
I'm saying it was originally that. Then a few years later, like there was like a big break, and he did like a whole new set of chapters.
That's what I'm saying. Altogether, it's 32.
Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, this nigga, he was able to, and people watched and waited and listened for that shit. Like, I remember when that shit first dropped, and motherfuckers like part 2 dropping this time. Like, people.
Yeah, I remember when the first one dropped. I remember it just being like, but I mean,
I'm not gonna lie, first one was probably the best one.
The first couple, like, then it just, again, like all good things, motherfuckers overstretch it, do too much, keep adding to it. Like,
again, I understand he needs to, don't get me wrong, I understand that R. Kelly needs to pay for all the time he did. I feel like all the things he did was crazy. But
I might have to bump part. I might have to watch like the first 5.
But again, I just don't see, again, the 30 years here, the 30 years there, the 30 years everywhere. Like, just just give him life.
And wasn't he living in Atlanta with them?
That's what I'm saying. So they gave him a sentence there in Atlanta because there was some.
I thought he got sentenced in New York. I thought that's where he got sentenced originally in New York.
Well, he has a case in Atlanta as well because he did some sex offender stuff over there. Yeah, so they have to try him on wherever that person is at, and they press charges against him. They have to legally try him there.
But how the hell but the original, like when he first went to jail and got sentenced, it was in New York, which is
when he first went to jail, he was here.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Did they pass the case off to another state? Dang, yeah, it's over. So he got sentenced in New York. He got sentenced in Chicago. We got charged in Atlanta. I'm pretty sure they're about to sentence him in Atlanta as well. So yeah, he's about to get 20 everywhere. 20, 30.
He getting sentenced everywhere and shit, like, so.
But that's what I'm saying. They should just add up the years and just.
Like, yo, how many years they meet? Like, how many years you giving them?
Right, and then just add that up and then sentence him for that, because it doesn't make sense to say, okay, you're gonna do 30 years here, 30 years.
That's not how the court works.
It's not.
You know what it is? You know what these people in these states saying? They be like, yeah, oh, you're gonna give him 25? Okay. And then they're gonna give him 35. Yeah, we ain't soft on crime. You see, they only gave him 25. We gave him 35. Look at us. They're gonna, you know what I'm trying to say? They're gonna use this, even though he did what he did, but they have the capabilities to play with this as much as they can. Because, you know, some people want to show an example. Some people want to be harder. I think New York gave him, what, 30 something years, 30, 40 years. You got like 25, 30 years in New York, 20 in Chicago, and then we got to see what Atlanta does. But damn, such a great talent. But
hold on, Johnny, hold on. Where's the charger? I mean, it's just stupid to me, but okay.
It's just the unfortunate aspect of it is he was such a great talent, and in his time he was still able to put out a lot of music, but it's just a bad ending for such a great talent. Just a bad ending. Just, you know, for the people that were his victims, they got their justice.
And the families, they got their bag.
That too. But speaking of a bag. The Mormon Church has been fined $5 million because they wasn't, it was fined by the SEC $5 million because, they wasn't reporting things correctly with the $32 billion portfolio.
The church as a whole.
The Mormon Church. The church.
How you gonna audit the church?
What do you mean? After that lady last week was taking money and going to the casino, I think every church should now get audited.
At this point, I think that's what they're gonna do. Every church is about to just go under wraps. Like
I think that's the best decision ever. I think every church should be audited. I don't trust nobody. I don't trust none of these people who be counting this large amount of money to be truthful about where the money's at, where the money's going towards. I think everybody in the church should be audited. Period. Everybody who's in the high table of the churches should be audited. But forget that. Let me not curse when I'm talking about church. Forget that. I think they should listen. I think every church should have a bank account, and I think that it should be calculated over and over through the bank account. Listen, if the banks who brings in millions of dollars, right, they get audited. Some of these mega churches are bringing more than that inside the church.
That's a fact, though.
They should be audited as well.
This was a 22-year process. This is what they got fined for. I'm going to read it right here. It was using shell companies to obscure the size of their portfolio under church control. So they was messing with, that. But it's a 22-year thing, and the portfolio grew to $32 billion. And yeah, it wasn't filing proper paperwork, man. So they was messing around with them numbers.
They got the line and shit.
In my eyes, what that means. Them numbers they was messing around with them numbers. Somebody was taking that home. Somebody bought a new house, new car, went on vacation. That's how I look at it. One of them higher ups in that church, was making it rain somewhere.
I feel like every entity that brings in a certain amount of money should be audited. I don't care if it's a church, if it's a hospital, if it's a bank, if it's a casino. I feel like every place that brings in a certain amount of money should be audited.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, because if you're doing it cleanly, you good. You got nothing to worry about. If you're doing it properly, you're not doing no things where it's like, oh shit, I might have to pay this fine. You'd be right.
Right, it's people's money. Don't you want to know where your money goes to? In the church.
Goes to God. Amen. Hallelujah.
It could also go to the pastor's new Range Rover and his new house in Florida. I'm just saying from experience.
And go to that pastor, and go to that pastor's mistress, BBL.
Right. I mean, it just sounds all too familiar. It just sounds like it's for that pastor to bring his whole family from a different country to this country and live better than the people in the church giving the offering. I'm just saying every entity should be audited. That's all I'm saying. I'm not
like I said, if you're doing it clean, you should be good. There's nothing to worry about.
Right. If the money's being spent correctly, if it's going back into the house of the Lord, because that's what your tithes are supposed to do. Right. It ain't supposed to go in people's pockets. It's supposed to pay for the bills for the church, because you still got light bills, you still got rent, and you still got food and stuff for the people who can't afford it, for the people who can't, who's in dire need. You're as the church is supposed to help. So with that being said, I think every entity that brings in a certain amount of money should be audited. I agree with the state with that. Audit the hell out the churches. All the churches. I don't know about all the churches, because some churches don't bring in a lot of money, but the churches that that have more than 200 or 300 members, come on, man, that's crazy. Imagine how many treasurers do you have? How many people you got touching that money? Think about it. If we go to a church that sits 200 people, and every Sunday all 200 seats are filled, and people give tithes in those type of churches, how many treasurers? How many people you got touching that money? Don't.
A lot of people.
Right. So it should be audited because too many hands in the cookie jar. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I think I'm done.
But speaking of the Lord, Nick Cannon said God would tell him when to stop when it comes to him continuing to have more kids. God,
I think the Lord already told that dumbass to stop.
Well, if he have another one, then that means the Lord didn't, or he wasn't listening. He missed the message and shit. At this point, Nick Cannon reminds me of Jake Paul. I think he just looking for attention and just, y'all gonna talk about it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And so he does definitely have the money to pay for it. So it's like, no, it's a win-win in a sense for him. I think, having kids with different women, I think that long-term affects the kids more than anybody. Yes, they'll be stable financially, but you barely got enough time. There's only 24 hours in the day. You barely got enough time when you got one kid, when you working. And Nick Cannon has a million fucking jobs. He's an entrepreneur. He's on the go. And so now you got all 10 plus kids. Your time is very thin. So you keep adding more to it. The kids ultimately is affected by that because less time, more kids at it, less time you get to spend with your parent. That's just the fact. So I don't think he's really thinking about that because a lot of people like him think, well, as long as I'm taking care of my kid,
right,
then I'm taking care of my kid.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Versus spending time and to being able to nurture your child
right,
is vital as well. Now, I can't tell rich people what to do with their life, but in that token, to have so many kids like that, I just know.
Right, and the two oldest ones from Mariah have come out and said like they wish they had more time with their dad, and so them being the oldest one and
Right.
them being able to verbally speak,
right,
it's kind of you can already see the effect it's having on them. Wait till these younger ones start to grow up and have voices, and we continuously hear that he's not. We've heard the mother say we have to call the assistant and schedule a time for him to come. If there's an event in the school, we have to call him, his secretary, and let the secretary know, like, okay, this is this and this and this day.
let me
So,
check this guy.
right, you're not technically with your kids 24/7 like Nick Cannon is saying. Or you're not there for certain events. So what do you choose? Which one is important and which not? You know what I'm saying? And at one point, what does God have to do to let you know that you can't have any more kids? Of course, you can be fruitful, but there's a way to do it in a responsible way. And you can't bring God into a conversation when in the Bible it said do not commit adultery, and your ass just keep going and doing adultery. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's convenient to say, "Oh, I'm doing this because in the Bible,
God's word.
right? In the Bible, it say be fruitful." Yeah. It also says in the Bible not to commit adultery, but I guess you skip that line and just read the fruitful line, like be fruitful. Nick Cannon, go have a seat. I'm tired of Nick Cannon. I'm tired of his. I guess the way it gotta stop is if the woman tells him, "I'm not having any more of your babies," which none of these women gonna do because it comes with a paycheck.
And then he'll add a new woman to it. Like,
as I said, all these women have to say no. Like, every woman he meets,
every woman, right?
He meets has to say, "I'm not."
They ain't saying no. We know that they ain't saying no.
Right, because it comes with a check, John. It comes with a check.
It comes with stability.
Right, it comes with a guarantee. I'm gonna make it.
I'm gonna be stable. My family is gonna be taken care of.
It's definitely a guarantee. It's a guarantee. that Nick Cannon's making so much money that the lifestyle you'll be able to live, an above average lifestyle raising these kids.
But again, the only kids I see like really having the stability of stability of money is Mariah Carey's kids.
I mean, because Mariah got her own bag. So.
Right.
Well, yeah, they got Nick Cannon as a pops who's making hell of money doing what he's doing, and Mariah's Mariah who has.
Mariah is Christmas. Like, that's all you need to know. They mother is Christmas.
The fact that Mariah Carey's song that was almost a decade old has come back on TikTok and now
that it's a rap shit.
Yeah, it's like she's always gonna be
relevant. Mariah's one of those megastar icons that we have. There's a short list, but there's a couple of them that's just megastar icons, and she's one of them.
She definitely is.
So I don't like Nick Cannon. I think he goofy, and I think he's trying to prove that he could get all the bitches. And kudos to you, but it doesn't affect you or the bitches. It affects the kids. So selfish. That's just so selfish. He's a selfish ass nigga. I'm just gonna say what it is. He's like those poly yeah, that they just be marrying different women like
polygamy, right? That's what it is. Polygamy.
Yeah.
Just like a cult. They be marrying different women and having different babies and shit. But don't care about the babies and shit.
Well, polygamy is having more than one wife, and he's not married to none of these women. He was only married to one of them. He's just having his baby.
You got a bunch of bastards in this world.
How do you explain to a kid at a certain age, like, I'm not married to your mom. I just fucked her. She came out pregnant. We decided to have a baby, but she was good enough to have a baby with, but not good enough to make my wife. So with that being said, you here. Like,
yeah. Hey, man.
And I hope all those baby mamas get along with each other. Because if not, now you can't even hang out with your damn sibling. Because that baby mama got beef with that baby mama. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand Nick Cannon. I can't.
Well, the perks of working hard and getting all that money. The perks. The perks.
John, once C2 take off, you can be the next Nick Cannon.
C2 take over. Just get them in different regions.
Have little dances all over.
Little Johnny babies everywhere.
Little Johnny babies all over the world.
Oh.
That's hilarious. But we're gonna go transition was terrible. Woo, that was bad. But okay. Latto said she's willing to give upcoming female artists free features, dope or not.
That's fire. That's fire. Like, again, Latto right now, she is between her and Glorilla. They the hip hop it girls right now. So the fact that she's willing to, work with indie artists, give them that look, that's dope. I mean, I wish motherfuckers, other artists, whether female or male, would do the same thing. Like, I know they do a lot when it comes to Atlanta, and maybe that's what it is because she from the South. It's that Atlanta thing. Atlanta really fuck with each other, hard and shit. Like you'll catch a Future or a Thug, when he was home and shit on a local artist type shit. So maybe that's what, and Jermaine Dupri, Atlanta just have a history of artists clicking and working together from the Dungeon family with, Outkast and Goody Mob. They just have a whole history of politicking together. So her being from there, she's a part of that. And so to see her, or at least to hear her say that she'll work with these artists, we got to see it come to fruition to see if she just talking or not. But if she actually do it, she got the look right now. She the it girl right now, so that's fine. If she actually do it.
Yeah, I overall think it's dope. You know, she actually does it. Says she does, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna do it. I have no, what would I say, no anything to say. Oh, she's not someone who keeps her word or whatnot. Even though, in the midst of her announcing that she'd be doing this, an upcoming female artist said that Latto refused to work with her. I don't know what's the story on that, or someone's cloud chase. I don't know full details on that, but I think I feel like some people just need that. It's not. It's, I don't look at it as some people. Some people look at things as handouts. Some people just need that extra. That extra. Push in the right direction. That extra help.
Unfortunately, and hip hop is all about the look. So like, you could be the dopest artist ever and shit. One of those girls might be 10 times better than Latto, but Latto got the look right now, and Latto can give somebody a look. So unfortunately, that's the way hip hop runs. You got to get a cosign. You got to have somebody say, "Oh, he or she the one." Oh, you got to get somebody to say, "Oh, he or she up next," for people to start like really fucking with you and shit. So
I don't think that means you give them a free feature though. I think that means you basically tell them you go on the track and just you being on the track. You don't have to give somebody a free feature in order for them to blow. If I feel like because who Latto is, if she, I'm not saying charge them crazy prices, but teach them, the game ain't gonna give you anything free. And so unfortunately, you gotta pay for my feature, but it's gonna bring you more money and revenue than it would be if what I charge you. You're gonna get more out of it. I personally think it's a bad move on her end to do free features right now, because Latto big, but she ain't there yet to do free features.
Most artists don't pay for features. Most artists don't pay for features. Most artists in hip hop, niggas don't even be selling features. It's again, I fuck with you, therefore I fuck with you because I know what the potential can be. Latto, we never know like her overall game plan. She might be on some, I'ma do this shit, see what's out here, and build my own brand, build my own crew.
I mean, I've heard Cardi say she had to pay for features out here. Trina said she had to pay.
There's still people paying for features.
No, it's people that pay. Not saying that people don't pay for features, but I'm saying right now, Cardi B being who Cardi B is, Cardi B ain't paying for no feature. Nor if you are somebody that she fuck with, she charging for a feature. Like once you get into a certain level, then it's like it's business because I know, okay, I ain't charging you for a feature, but I'm gonna get it on the back end type shit. Now Latto coming from Atlanta, that's why I initially said it. With Atlanta, the way they have a culture of we just fuck with our people. And so I'm saying Latto as an artist might be expanding that Atlanta wave where it's like Atlanta has this thing where they fuck with you, they don't charge you, we all build each other up. Now these artists probably be from all over, but maybe she could be on that wave, which is honorable of her. But she also could be making a play like, I'm gonna do this shit. I'm gonna be selective for the songs that I'm on and shit. Cause I don't think she just because you're an up and coming artist, she just gonna be like, oh, this shit trash, but I'm gonna give you this look. No, she gonna be selective about the ones that she picked, and it's gonna be the ones that she deemed fire, and that could potentially open herself up for men. Not only that person giving them a look, but also open her up to new business as a owner or a artist management, or having her own record label, a stable of female artists and shit like that. I don't know what her long game play is, but again, if you're gonna do it, because even if she said I'm gonna charge y'all $100 and shit because the game ain't free, well, the game ain't $100. So you saying that don't mean shit either. I'm gonna give you a reduced rate. Well, the game ain't reduced rate. So if you're gonna do it, then you're doing it for the right reasons, or you ain't doing it at all.
All I'm saying is, I think that she should grab her money because the song blows, and now you ain't get nothing for that song.
Well, not she. I'm pretty sure she's gonna get some type of percentage, even though she may be doing a free feature. They're gonna work that into the agreement.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's an artist, so she ain't getting. She not charging for a upfront feature price, but you think she ain't getting royalties? You think she ain't gonna get her songwriting credits? Like she gonna get hers, and that person ain't gonna be able to perform this shit because it's Latto. So now you got to perform. You got to get me there. Now, okay, what's this place you going to charge? You paying at this place? I need that door.
But then again, that still leads me into then she's not doing this on just doing it to help. Because if you read the article basically saying the interview is basically saying she's doing this to help upcoming females because she's a girl for girl type of person, meaning that she's not looking for anything for it because she is a girl, a girly girl, meaning she supports women. She's not saying I'm gonna do this features for men, free features for men. She's saying girls. So she's basically saying she's not looking for anything.
Yeah, she ain't looking for nothing up front. But you can't ask Latto to not pay for nothing. You not charge up front, and now the song blow and shit. I look out for girls, so I'm gonna go sing your song. I'm gonna go perform your shit for free. Come on, man. We gotta still be sensible. She's saying up front, I'm not gonna charge y'all this. But that doesn't mean Latto isn't a businesswoman and understand I still gotta make something. So I can get mine on the back end. I'm not gonna upfront charge you, which is dope because most motherfuckers won't do that, being that she has the power, the little bit of star power that she has now to be like, yeah, I'm not gonna charge y'all. But for her to do that, it could be a bigger play. Not saying that's a bad thing, but yeah, this could be a beginning of a long business plan that none of us know about. But if it is, that doesn't mean like, oh, she was faking the phone. No, I gave you a look that put you in a circle that you wasn't gonna ever be in. So take it for what it is. That's just me though.
So we'll see. Once we start seeing some features and seeing some upcoming artists.
That's all I want to see is the features. Like that's all I care about. Let me see you do the shit that you're talking about. All other shit we can get to later. You say you're gonna start showing these girls some love. Let me see you start showing them love. That's what I want to see first.
So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that as the story so these records come out, and we'll see how it goes. Let's get into another story that has stirred some controversy. With actor Ben Stein, who I best known for is the person that does the eye drop commercial. What's the eye drop commercial?
Eyes, dry eyes, clear eyes.
Well, yeah, him. Yeah, he probably did other stuff, but that's what I best known
He's
for.
done a lot of movies, but that's what most people know him from that commercial.
Yeah, even though I haven't seen that commercial in years.
He has that slow voice, like. That's what he's known for, because he got that real slow, deep, like voice and shit. I'm pretty sure he's done voice acting and shit too.
Yeah, he probably did. Yeah, his voice is probably used in a lot of stuff that we probably really don't know about.
Yeah.
But he went on a little rant, and his rant was for the Aunt Jemima bottle. Or what it used to be, because they removed Aunt Jemima. Well, that model from the bottle. Did they just change? They changed the whole name completely, right?
Yeah. What's it called now? We got some in here. Let me go get it.
Come on, I'm saying they did not only change the bottle. I think they changed the name.
It's the Pearl Milling Company.
Terrible. What? But when they made this change, I feel like we talked about it on the pod. Some people was with it. Some people was against it, and some people was for it because they, But Ben Stein went on his rant with this bottle. What was your overall thoughts on his rant?
He said he liked his syrup with a little bit of racism. I ain't mad at him. I liked it more too. I don't think the syrup tastes the same without the racism. I love blatant racism. Like, let me know where you coming. Don't be hiding, because they only changed it because people had an outcry about it 50 fucking years later. Nobody cared about Aunt Jemima being Aunt Jemima on the syrup. But now y'all changed it and they don't got the same taste. So
that syrup and they don't got the same taste?
Nope, it don't taste the same. Y'all, it's no hint
of racism. I haven't had Aunt Jemima since
no hint of struggle. It don't have the struggle that an Aunt Jemima would have. So that's what I'm saying. So I like my Aunt Jemima. I like my syrup with a little bit of racism, and I ain't mad at him.
Does it make the pancake taste black?
It don't taste. I'm telling you, it don't taste the same. There's no struggle in the syrup.
What was the struggle before?
The struggle was a strong Black woman had to, create a way to provide for her family. Therefore, she made syrup. It don't taste like that no more. You can taste that.
Damn, I should have kept some bottles, man. Just to have in the stash.
Y'all sound dumb as hell. It's the same.
I haven't had it since, so I don't know.
What you said, Johnny?
I haven't had that syrup since.
It's the same factory. It's the same place.
I can't say. I'm not saying it's different. The name is different. Yes, I'm just saying I haven't had that specific syrup.
Aunt Jemima was made on a plantation. This shit is made in a factory.
Oh my Lord.
The taste is different. I'm telling you, can taste the difference. The Aunt Jemima gave you that rich, smoky plantation running from Masterfield. This stuff gives you factory workers probably in Asia making some similar line as syrup, sugar, and water.
Okay.
So, like Mr. Stein said, he missed his racism. I missed the racism. You know what? The world is better when racism is blatant. I like blatant racism. I don't like the subliminal racism. Give me your blatant racism. I enjoy it more and I respect it. I respect a Klan member calling me a porch monkey. You know what I'm saying? Don't call me a constituent. Don't try to get my vote when you know you're a racist. You know what I'm saying? I like the Trump people. I kick their ass if I see them outside, but I respect them more than Biden's people who just call the police on me when I'm walking through. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get it together. I say up with racism, man.
That's that. Aunt Jemima and Ben Stein controversy. Malcom X's family is suing FBI, NYPD, CIA for $100 million wrongful death suit, because obviously they feel like all parties were involved in his assassination. And for the most part, it's pretty much probably what they all play their roles in his assassination.
Yeah.
So I see that lawsuit going.
Are they suing? Yes, they should sue them. They should get the money from them.
They should have sued them a long time ago.
But they also should be suing brother Elijah Muhammad them too, because they ass with some haters and they were doing some shit too. But when niggas don't want to talk about the whole story.
Either way, they should have been sued these people. Why are they suing them now? 2023.
I don't know. I mean, they probably, you know, a lot of times especially going against a juggernaut like that, you know, a lawyer don't want to take a case like that.
No, I know what it is. Know what took place. That what probably pushed this lawsuit forward when they exonerated the other two guys who they said was completely innocent.
Yeah.
They probably didn't, that probably was a like a thing that held back the case because they could always shift down the two people that's in the jail. Now that they revealed that two innocent people went to jail for this crime, it's like, all right, who covered it up? Who made it look like these two people did it? So it gives more. It was more ammunition.
Yeah, because now it's still unsolved.
Yes, because two people went to jail that had nothing to do with it. So it's like, all right.
I just don't see them.
They're most likely gonna win this. They're gonna the agency is definitely gonna. They had these people had hands in his assassination.
Yeah, and they're gonna sit on this shit. So again, the likelihood of them winning, I see as slim. But the fact that, you know, we all believe that these political and government entities had something to do with this, I'm not mad at them for trying to, you know, seek justice.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's just a long time.
Yes, it's gonna be a
yeah. So I hope they end for the run. Like I hope they.
Yeah, they gotta be, because it's definitely gonna be a long time coming.
Right.
It's definitely gonna be a long court case, but I think they'll be victorious. I think they'll be victorious.
What you thinking, John? I like the cut of your jib.
Shit, my Martin Luther King's family, when they sued the FBI, they won.
Yeah, that's different though.
No, it happened after the guy who wrote the book and basically blamed the FBI. He showed evidence why they was responsible. The family was like, oh, they used that book and other things to sue, and they won. And sometimes it takes certain situations to open it up for other things to take place.
Yeah. R. Kelly been pissing on kids since the 90s. He didn't go to jail initially. They got his ass now. Other shit happened.
Well, I wish them the best. We know those government agencies are involved or had a hand in it, allegedly. Because, you know, we gotta speak. You can't just, you know, be out there saying stuff like that. Allegedly, but we shall see. An interesting article came out this past week where this said government that we were just talking about basically said COVID started because of basically, I think they said the word they used, they have low confidence, but they believe that COVID started out, it was a leak in a Chinese lab, and that's where the origins of COVID that's basically the origins of COVID. Y'all say fact or fiction, or is more to the story than meets the eye.
Again, I can't trust anything our government say, but I do know prior to COVID happening, there was a movie that came out, an Asian movie, where a plague from a factory or scientific, what do they call it? What do science call it where they work at? A
research lab? Research center?
A research lab where they created a disease called corona, and it took out people and it was killing people and shit like that. This was prior to 2019 when the whole COVID thing happened and shit. So I could believe it, because a lot of times these shits that happen to us, swine flu, bird flu, fucking chicken pox, bunions, klepto, all this stuff be from the government anyway, and these science people, research labs, they be making people with lazy eyes and shit. I believe it. Now, if the Chinese did it first, I don't know. I can't blame them. But I won't put it past them. Shit, I don't put it past our government because we be just testing out shit. Little kids don't even get chicken pox no more. Kids don't even get chicken pox no more.
That's a chicken pox vaccination.
Exactly. They created the chicken pox and then they made the vaccination to get rid of it. Duh.
Conspiracy theory.
Y'all gotta open that third eye, Johnny.
So what you're saying, when we had chicken pox, it was given to us?
They put that shit in the earth.
So what you saying is they put that blank 19 in the air to create these new vaccines and mandated on this population.
Exactly.
They wouldn't let nobody do certain things, and they have this certain shot. So that's more in lines what you're saying. It's like, all right, we're gonna give y'all something and force y'all to take this.
Yeah, we're gonna bug y'all ass, and that's what it is. We come on, man. This ain't no new play for the government.
Man, what's I love this country, man.
A research lab.
Oh, so COVID was made in a research lab.
Yes, it was. So
it was a leak. That's what it said. The government, our government, saying it was a leak in this lab, and that's
how Resident Evil happened.
Technically, like if you think about all the origins, originally, what was the original origin? They said someone bit a bat or ate a bat and got sick. What story sound more believable?
This lab.
I'm just saying, you know.
You guys randomly biting on bats and shit, like just thinking, just like I'm biting bat, like no, that don't happen.
I mean, there are stupid people.
Yeah, I mean there.
Well, people. A small part of population do eat bats.
Yeah, in small other countries and shit.
There was an episode where me and Bree basically like did like it was like a viral clip, and it was a girl, it was like a lady, she was eating a bat. I just forgot what happened in the clip when we was talking about it. This was episodes ago.
Right, I remember that.
So
all I'm saying is I don't think it's just that cut and dry that it was made in the research lab and it got linked to somebody and somebody took it out and then the whole world was affected. I just don't think it was that cut and dry, personally. I'm saying what y'all saying is false, but I'm saying personally, I just don't think it's that cut and dry.
Yeah, of course it's a lot more complicated than that. The gist of it is shit is man-made, and these motherfuckers be doing shit to us.
Fuck the world we live in.
Got vaccinated 3 times.
I know they didn't. I'm a test lab. I'm a lab rat.
Johnny's looking at us like I didn't get that shit.
That's like fact. That's a fact.
John, like I ain't got the government chip in me.
No, they have to inject chip in me. They could track me through phone, all types of other stuff.
Well, really John had the flu shot. We don't know if through the flu shot they gave him a tracking device in him.
That's true.
The flu shot predates all this. Maybe they have technology for that.
Nah, John, your ass got it too.
No, I'm saying with all this technology, if they really wanted to, they can listen to whoever they want when they want. Listen to you through your TV, watch you through this laptop camera as we do this. If they wanted to, they can look at us.
It's all right, John. If you got a tracker in you, you got a tracker in you, John.
But, it is what it is. Now let's get into our viral moments of the week. Viral moments of the week. First viral moment is a story where a woman in Georgia, she made an order from Popeyes. It was missing some biscuits, so she decided to take her car and crash into Popeyes because her order was missing biscuits.
That's crazy.
That's wild. Like for all that, just got the car, go get some biscuits.
Popeyes food. When the sandwiches first came out, niggas was shooting each other, hitting each other with bats. What is it about Popeyes food that
make niggas act stupid?
Right. Because that shit is nasty to me.
I didn't believe the story at first because, like, if the story would originally said she crashed after eating a Popeyes biscuit because them shit's so dry, I would believe that. But who goes crash into a place for those dry ass biscuits? Those biscuits ain't hitting like that.
Some people love those biscuits.
I see that now, but them shits ain't that good. They dry than a motherfucker. I can see her crashing from she driving, eating on the biscuit, choking and crashing. But to double back and be like, yo, y'all niggas forgot my biscuits. I'm about to run my car through this motherfucker. She had to be on the spectrum or something. Because that was a little excessive.
A little. That shit
She's
is.
a 50-year-old woman. Her name was Brenda Miller.
Oh, I know what it is. She's going through menopause. Makes sense now.
Oh, my fault. Belinda Miller, Augusta, Georgia.
With a name like Belinda, she definitely don't play.
Yeah, she was going through menopause.
She wasn't fucking around with that. She like, nah, stop playing with me.
All right. I wish her nothing but the best because that kind of mental, that instability, mental issues is not okay. Plus, I do feel like she's going through menopause, and when you go through menopause and you have mental instability,
and you want a damn biscuit,
I hope she had butter or like I hope she likes butter or something on those biscuits. I hate Popeyes, but I hate Popeyes biscuits.
No, I love Popeyes. They biscuits is trash though.
I like Popeyes biscuits.
You look like you like Popeyes biscuits.
Look like you like Popeyes biscuits.
Fuck with the Popeyes biscuits, man. Some good biscuits.
I hate Popeyes biscuits.
Nah, they biscuits dry shit. You gotta put mad honey on them shit.
Jelly, honey, you just gotta soak that shit in the soda.
You put some stuff in there. It's lit. Whatever you put on your biscuits.
I hate Popeyes. Period.
I'm just saying you gotta put something on it. You can't eat no Popeyes biscuit just plain.
Have I ever choked on a Popeye biscuit? Yes. Have I ever choked eating a Popeyes biscuit? Yes.
You gotta have a beverage next to you. Like you gotta, when you eat the biscuit, you gotta have a shot of soda or juice with you. Like you gotta chase it.
I hate Popeyes.
But like you said, maybe that's what it is. Menopause got it going crazy and shit. So
it's the menopause, the mental
little concoction she got going on. Keep your head up, Belinda.
Viral moment number 2 comes from an exhibition fight. You know, Mayweather had his car this past Saturday, but 2 reality stars met in the ring. Tommy and Natalie Nunn. The way the fight ended kind of went thin. Shorty just was like, no, she was tired. But what's your overall thoughts on that?
So I knew Tommy wasn't gonna give her the hands. I knew it. Natalie's
way bigger than her too.
Yeah. And again, Natalie took this serious. Natalie was actually training and stuff like that.
I can't see Tommy really taking it serious like boxing training. Like,
because see, the thing is, when people think they got hands, they think they don't gotta take shit serious. Just because you got hands doesn't mean you don't gotta take.
And because because you beat up bitches outside, it's different. And being inside the ring, you got to go the distance.
Right.
The street fight lasts the longest 5 minutes, and I don't even think the street fight lasts that long.
Because all her fights seem like they last like a second.
Yeah, it's like quick, like 45 seconds, like just beat down.
Yeah, boxing match is totally different. The endurance for that is on a different level.
Exactly. Right. So I think her thinking that, yo, I beat bitches up, so I could beat this bitch up. But Natalie probably took it serious, like, nah, we get out here and we gonna really fight.
But Tommy has been saying shit about Natalie's baby and shit. So I mean that kind of put.
What she say about her baby?
She's been calling everybody's baby ugly. Remember, she just called Chris Brown baby ugly. Yeah. She called Natalie baby ugly. And he looked like a mouse and shit, and he looked like a.
And people don't play about their ugly babies.
But Natalie's baby's actually really cute. Like the baby is actually really, really cute. I'm not gonna even hold you. He a little cute little thing. I mean, I don't know how he gonna grow up to be, and I ain't gonna talk about that. But
don't talk about people ugly babies though.
Right. Oh, okay. Can't say ugly babies. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be talking about people ugly babies.
Okay, but if you're gonna say they ugly baby, then you're talking about their baby.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, don't be talking about people ugly babies. It's not nice. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's not ugly.
Listen,
he a cute kid. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that kid.
I mean, you could tell that's her daughter though, but I mean,
yeah, they some cute kids.
The fight went viral. Obviously, it was hip hop. No, I said hip hop. Reality stars. Reality.
It went viral because she was laid out in the ring, just like winded, like she just like gave up. She's like, I can't do this shit.
Cause Tommy not really about that life. Let's be honest. All the people that she's fought, except for Jocelyn, I would say didn't give her a run for her money.
Yeah.
When she fought Jocelyn Hernandez, that shit gave her a run for her money.
Right. But Jocelyn about that shit.
Right. She won't fight Christian Rock.
They got beef?
No. The Natalie Nunn and Tommy fight is off of Natalie's show.
No.
Tommy's on there with Christian. So Christian and Tommy was trying to fight Natalie on the show. Natalie said, why don't we bring this to a boxing ring, make money off of it? Right. Christian said, no, I want to fight you here right now. Of course. Natalie said no. So then, basically, Tommy said, yeah. And Tommy was like, watch me beat her ass. But little did Tommy know, Natalie practiced and trained and did whatever the fuck she needed to do to beat Tommy's ass. Kudos to Natalie Nunn. Because she's known in the Bad Girls Club to be a kind of a pussy. So.
No, Natalie is big mouth, but she always got her ass beat though.
Yeah, she did. That's what I'm saying. So shout out to her for beating Tommy's ass. Because now this hinders Tommy's name, and now bitches think they're gonna beat her ass.
Yeah, but it's different in the streets though.
Yeah. Everybody getting a real boxing match.
Different in the streets.
But
run up
let's get into this last story. This is a story that has went viral. A lawyer is arguing that a Florida attorney uses fetal personhood argument to attempt to free his client, who's currently pregnant while she is locked up, and basically saying that the state is unlawfully detaining the unborn fetus. Because Florida passed that bill basically, what was it, a few months back, basically that was against abortion. Basically was talking about that the fetus is an actual person, something along the lines of that, but it was like a few months back. I think we kind of spoke about it on this pod. But now the lawyer is trying to use that same argument to get his client out of jail.
I think they should have just waited until the baby was born.
What you mean?
Because this argument, the baby is not in jail.
Well, but
the baby is technically not in jail.
Well, technically, according to Florida law, that baby's an actual person, so technically that baby is in jail.
And it's happening in Florida, right?
Yeah.
So by their own standard, that's
the baby's in jail.
The baby's in jail.
So they should put her out of jail until she has the baby, and then separate her from the baby, and then put her back in jail.
Based on their law.
The lawyer's trying to use the law to free his client
for the remainance of her pregnancy.
Yeah,
it's better to fight from the outside than inside.
So if we follow in Florida laws, then the baby committed the crime with the mother.
I don't know if the Florida law says that though.
But you just said the baby
because that's what we know that's what the Florida law say. I don't know if the Florida law
that's
say
accessory to whatever the baby mama.
again. I don't know if that's Florida law. So we're saying something that we unsure of.
No, it is Florida law.
No, I'm saying that what Sabrina said, the baby should be in jail because it's an accessory, but he's also a minor, so you can't put a minor in jail.
Yeah, that I can't speak on that. Yeah, that I can't speak on.
But we all know you can't arrest a minor, so that just negates that.
Yeah, so basically, it's a lawyer trying to use.
But that's what I'm saying, Johnny. What does she want? Because if she did the crime, right? This is my whole thing, and she's doing the time for the crime. I understand not wanting to be in jail while you're pregnant, right? So does that mean that she should be outside until the baby is born, and then once the baby is born, they become two separate entities, and then you take the person who did the crime back to jail? That's how I feel it should go. If that's what the lawyer is fighting for, that would make sense.
That's what more or less that's what it's coming down to. It looks like it's like
if the lawyer is fighting, but if the lawyer is fighting to get her off altogether, that's dumb and that's not gonna work. But what he should be trying to do is,
I don't think he's trying to get her off like that. I think he's just trying to get her out of jail for the trial. That way she can be at home pregnant while she does the trial. I don't think it's about freeing her completely. Because they said the client was arrested when she was 6 weeks pregnant. And now she's more along the lines where she's been held without bail.
does it say what crime she did? Because I tried to read the article, but
the crime is she got into an argument with another female in the Uber, and the female ended up dead. I don't know how she ended. She might have.
Nah, she need to stay in there, and the baby need to stay with her until the baby's born. Then we just take the baby out.
Yeah, now murder motherfucker.
But I don't think the baby should be with her. Period. I think when the baby comes out of her body, I think it should automatically be separated.
Yeah, it doesn't say how the female died, but she's responsible for the female.
They need to set up a system where her stomach can be outside of the prison yard, but she's still inside the prison. That way, the baby is not in prison, but she remains there.
Why are you turning this into a joke?
You know those bubbles and shit when you go to like Billy B's where it had like the plastic bubble that you can see through and shit. Like have a space where her stomach can go through that in her cell. The baby's out in the world, but she's still locked up. Because I don't think that now knowing that she killed, yes, somebody died in the process or whatever the hell she was doing. I don't think she deserved to be out in this world either. But
I don't either. But I
don't want no baby based on Florida law, a minor to be in a prison cell. That's crazy.
But that's everywhere.
Based on Florida law.
But most of the time they don't put you in a regular jail. They put you with all the other pregnant women.
Baby, you missing the point. Based on Florida law, we only talking about Florida.
Right, but I'm saying in Florida, that's what they were doing before. I looked it up. They had pregnant jails.
Yeah, but you can't. It's a contradiction. You can't say a baby is a life and then have a baby in prison when we know you can't lock up an adolescent.
Yeah, it's just like they're trying to use a loophole of something that they just passed recently.
So she have a cesarean then?
Like so.
So the baby could be out of her and free in the free world. No, doesn't make sense.
Her body, her choice.
Unfortunately, right? It was her stupid ass body. It was her stupid ass mind. It was her stupid ass choice to kill this woman. So unfortunately, you wasn't thinking about your baby then, stupid bitch.
I know she wasn't pregnant. She didn't know she was pregnant.
Devin, Johnny said she was 6 weeks.
Yes, she was 6 weeks pregnant when she was arrested.
That's 2 months.
She was arrested, not when the crime was committed.
So that means she purposely went and got pregnant. Why? Why'd she know she killed somebody?
She probably didn't know.
That's mental unstable.
No.
All I'm saying is, no. She got a few more months. Once that baby come out, the baby won't be locked up no more.
You know the trauma they didn't put this baby through.
What trauma?
Poor system, Florida.
What
Poor system, Florida.
What trauma did they put the baby through?
They put an adolescent in prison with adults.
Yes. I don't think she's in the adult prison. I think she's with, again, other pregnant women that they get to roam around.
Are they not adults, those pregnant women? Are they not adults?
When you pregnant, do you not hang out with other adults?
Yeah, but you hang out in the free world. You don't put no babies in prison.
Again, a lot of those prisons are not prisons when they are pregnant.
They ain't prisons.
Yeah, they get to do more than the prison do.
It's a skate park. It's the motherfucker.
They get to go out whenever they want to. They get to eat whenever they want to. They get to they
get to leave whenever they want. Hell no, so you.
Yeah, they do. They get to go outside. I just
say, yeah, I'm gonna be back later on.
They do.
I'm gonna check out real quick.
And but it's just someone's trying to use basically the law and the loophole, and it's something that's been argued for a long time, and then for the thing. So basically, it's just the lawyer's trying to be, in a slick, funny way, use that same law against Florida.
Yeah, he's trying to find the holes in the law, like a good lawyer is supposed to.
Whatever.
True. But with that being said, that's a wrap on this brand new episode of Another Shit Opinion Podcast. This is your boy John, my co-host Bree, and my guy Deb in the back. We are out.